Hello, citizens of Internet.
Hello. Welcome to video games.
I know, it's a brand new series.
Crash Bandicoot. Warped. Also known as Crash 3, I guess.
Yes, technically it's Crash 3.
Also, don't mind the fan noise in the background.
His computer's dying, don't worry about it.
My computer's really loud. I changed a lot of stuff in the recording area here.
Oh yeah.
So
it might sound different.
my microphone's a little bit closer to my camera or to my computer than it was before.
Is it?
A little bit. Kind of.
Kinda, I suppose. Okay, do you know anything about this one?
A little bit.
Okay, perfect.
I know there's an explosion because one just happened in front of me.
Well, that was the end of 2.
Oh. And now
This one has... I'm going to say this right now before you even point it out. Graphically, this is not holding up very well.
well, like no PS1 games hold up that well.
2 holds up decently. This one just doesn't look great.
I guess there's no subtitles for this?
No.
Okay, good.
I can tell you the explosion, they are on the mountain. What's the mask name? Aku Aku?
Something like that.
Whatever the reverse of that is, that's him.
Uba Gooba.
Yeah, we're gonna call him Uba Uba. He's released and he gets this new guy, Entropy.
Entropy?
Yeah. And he has the power to go back in time, so each set of these worlds is a different time era. That's basically it. Get the crystals, beat the game. That's Crash Bandicoot game.
Alright.
I do have fun facts about this game, though.
Like?
This game came out exactly 10 months after Crash 2, because they put them on a deadline like that. And this game runs with 4 different game engines in it.
Really?
Yeah. Like, what we're seeing now is the original Crash 2 engine. Anything underwater is a brand new engine. Anything to do with Coco is a brand new engine. And then the motorcycle part is a brand new engine that they had to build from scratch in-house for this.
That's pretty neat, I guess.
I believe this is also the last Naughty Dog Crash game. No, Racing, I suppose, but
Yeah.
Racing came out like not a year after this because they put them on such a tight deadline. And this is probably, in my opinion, the hardest of the PlayStation 1 era games. Just because it's got the different, like the airplanes and stuff like that. It's probably the hardest. At least for the time. In 90, I believe this is 98? 98. This was, at the time, the hardest. And Crash 2 came out like 10 months after Crash 1. So they were all very, very close.
I don't know shit about Crash games. I didn't have a PS1.
And see, I didn't have the 64, so that's why I made fun of your games. But I'm good at I'm decent at this. But we wanted a different platformer to play, so
Yeah.
let's go to the PlayStation's unofficial mascot.
Yeah.
I think you can hit triangle and skip this if you want.
Shut the piss up, Cortex.
This is probably, honestly, my second favorite in the series. The second, obviously, being the first, because it was the first one I ever played. Because it was probably the first PlayStation game I had ever played.
Oops. Come on. Come on. There.
Come on. Get in there.
There. Oh.
If you hit circle and then X, he does a higher jump.
Okay.
And this is the first. This was the first Crash game to give you power-ups after you beat bosses, like tornado spin, the rocket launcher, tiptoe shoes, or not tiptoe shoes. Well, maybe. You got different shoes. They sped you up, and I think they also slowed you down on the TNT crates or whatever. Double jump, and I think there was something else. I can't remember what the other one was though.
Where's that frog? Get out of here.
This was also the beginning of Crash games starting to have longer levels. Like Crash 2 still had your basic 2 or 3 minute level. These ones take about I don't know, maybe about the same time, but they seem like they're more spread out.
Go!
This was also, I believe, the first one, the first Crash game where when you went into a bonus, it told you how many boxes you had to get. Like it wasn't a surprise.
Got all saving.
This is also, I believe, the first Crash game where you had to beat the level, I believe, 5 times to get the 105% at the very end. Because you can max this game out at 105%. Because you have to beat it, and then technically you don't have to beat it 5 times. I think you can do it in 4.
God, shot that fucking frog like a rocket. I'm gonna do it again. Get out of here.
Yeah, this is running on the original Crash 2 engine right now. They didn't make a new engine for this guy. But most of the newer stuff is off a new engine.
I'm putting this level the fuck away right now. Get out of here.
Yeah, you are. You got this. You got the silver. If you destroy those boxes in time before it turns to concrete, yeah, you got it.
Boom.
Perfect.
Hold my dick. Ah, Crash.
I thought you were gonna make fun of this. It's happening.
Well, one thing I did want to bring up.
Yep.
You said you were like shitting on Banjo-Kazooie as a collectathon.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is.
This one in particular is. I also like that this one you don't have to go in order either. This will be a new engine. This level, for you kids back in the day, was the level you got if you got the Pizza Hut disc. Which, do you have that disc or is it me who has that disc?
I don't have that disc.
I have a disc that I got from Pizza Hut. And I don't know exactly where it's at, but it had this level in it, and it had like the first level of Medieval and at least the first opening part of Metal Gear Solid in it. It was really good.
You're a fish.
But anywho, about beating the levels a few times, you'd have to beat it, and if you're good, you can do it like you did, where you got the silver one at the same time, and then you gotta beat it again for the time trial, and you gotta beat the computer's time or whatever to get I think it's the bronze relic, and then you gotta go back in it again and beat your time to get the silver relic, and then you have to go in and beat that time again to get the platinum relic. For every level.
It's too much, man.
Yeah, I never did it. I mean, but really, once you get, except for levels like this and the racing ones, once you get those speed shoes, it didn't matter because you can just blare through the level, and like that first level, you can beat that level if you do it right in like 30 seconds. So that's cool.
Fucking speed boost.
I think it was because of this guy here that they had to build the new engine, plus the whole swimming dynamic.
Yeah.
I will say that it is fairly close, like from 2 and 3, like how you get to pick your levels and stuff like that. But I liked 2's, I don't know how to, area.
Blasted shit.
To
Hub,
I suppose. As to this, where it's just all in a row instead of just going into random doors. I like the idea of going through the doors more, but that's just my opinion.
Shut the fuck out of that shark and your friend
And that dynamite. Kill him.
Oh,
He's dead now.
my watercraft exploded.
He was a fish friend.
Bitches gonna meet stitches.
After this, Naughty Dog didn't go on to make anything good, though.
Last of Us and Uncharted, mostly.
Did they also make Jack? They do Jak and Daxter too? I think.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
They did Jak and Daxter. It was Insomniac that did Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not very familiar with Jak and Daxter though.
I like the first one. First one was good.
Yeah, maybe that's something we could consider later on for the show.
Yeah, maybe. Oh my god, going too fast. Slow it down. Look at these one-ups.
Then do it.
That's what I did.
Do it then.
Look at this gem. Get out of my goddamn way.
This one,
86 and 92. Oh well.
I saw some of them that you missed though, but that's alright.
Yeah, it's good enough.
We're not really going for the 105, so.
Yeah.